So, on the episode, who is the next to regret I knew Donald Trump? Let's see what we get. Okay, we'll start there. The Two of Cups, somebody very close to him who did business, the devil, maybe the devil. I told this story, I was telling this story to Becca because I had just read the story of the jack-o'-lantern. And in Ireland, is where the jack-o'-lantern comes from, according to historychannel.com, I think it was. And the jack-o'-lantern there was, because they didn't have pumpkins, so they had turnips and, root vegetables, potatoes, that type of thing. So that's what they used for their jack-o'-lanterns back in the day. And so the man's name was Jack. They colloquially called him Stingy Jack. This is a folklore, so this is not real. This is folklore. And Stingy Jack one day crossed paths with the devil. And he convinced the devil to have drinks with him. And so they went to a pub. They ordered some drinks and things. And, of course, Stingy Jack doesn't want to pay for it. So he convinces the devil to turn himself into a coin. That way he can pay for the drinks. So the devil complies and he turns himself into a coin. And then instead of paying for the drinks, Stingy Jack just put the coin in his pocket and left. And so there's a cross, however, right next to the coin. So the devil cannot change back into himself. So he's stuck as a coin. And so Jack told him, hey, I will release you if you promise not to bother me for a whole year, and when I die, you cannot reap my soul. So the devil agrees, and Stingy Jack allows him to transform back into himself and go on about his business. So the year goes by, the devil arrives again. Stingy Jack says, hey, we're in front of this tree. There's fantastic fruit in the tree. Why don't you climb up the tree? He convinces the devil to climb the tree to get the fruit and come back down, and we will enjoy this succulent fruit. So the devil climbs up the tree, and Stingy Jack carves a cross into the bark of the tree. And so the devil can't come down because there's a cross. And Stingy Jack says, I will take the cross away if you promise to never bother me or not bother me for the next 10 years. The devil complies, and then Stingy Jack lets him down, and the devil goes on about his way. And so, in that 10-year span, Stingy Jack dies. And then he's standing at the gates of heaven, and God says, you are a horrible person. You are such a trickster. You are such a mean person, mean-spirited, this and that. Be gone from me, you worker of iniquity. I knew you not. So now Stingy Jack stands before the devil. The devil says, you know what, you are a horrible person, and you can't come in here either. So he was even too bad for hell. So he can't get into heaven, and he can't get into hell. So Stingy Jack was sent back to earth as a ghost or as a spirit, and he roams the countryside as a wandering spirit carrying a lantern, or a turnip with the light in it. So that is how he became Jack of the Lantern, or Jack-o'-lantern. So that's how you got jack-o'-lanterns. It's from Stingy Jack, who is roaming the earth. And so instead of Stingy Jack, they call him Jack of the Lantern. So I said all that to say, right now we have an alliance with Donald Trump and someone who was deep in greed, or maybe a trickster themselves. The Page of Wands, this is a younger person. The Ten of Wands, they are completely burdened by their actions that they took. The devil's not young, so we can't say it's the devil. However, this is a younger person close to Trump, who was close to him. Worked in his administration or worked side by side with him in the Oval Office or in his company or something of that nature. Whatever the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups is about commerce and business and communications, unities, partnerships, that type of thing. And so whoever this was in some sort of business or had the same agenda as him, but it's a younger person by the Page of Wands, so like a Stephen Miller, because whoever it is had bad intentions. So it's not like Donald Trump tricked them into being a bad person. They were just a bad person, and they got the short end of the lantern, basically. Lord Jesus. I wonder if Donald Trump would roam the earth. What kind of... Oh, he wouldn't need a pumpkin. He just use his own head, I guess.